First of all, congratulations. So it's our very last session on crypto. And today we're going to talk about future prospects for crypto. And I want to say that you're well done with all your assignments. And there is one more assignment that will follow this session, and it will be perhaps the most creative one from all that you already had. The most creative because we will ask you about your ideas about token deployment and about projects that can be underlying this crypto. And today, I think, as a as one way to inspire you. So the goal of this session is to bring sort of inspiration, showing pretty nice examples of projects and pretty nice examples of tokens that are circulating already. Uh, and maybe you will find a space for your own project there. Okay, so let's begin. And first of all, let's remember what are the numbers of crypto users worldwide and where these users are present more in what regions. And here, what we can
Oh,
see.
sorry, we don't see your screen.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay, now we see it. Thank you.
All right, so what about numbers of cryptocurrency users? And this number, step by step, reaching 1 billion of users. So I must say that these numbers are pretty huge and they give us information about ongoing trends in the increase of cryptocurrency users. And the next following question could be, so where these users are concentrated. And we can easily see that Asian region here is one of the dominant ones. But Asia itself is very huge. So why this information is important for us? First of all, it is important because we need to understand as our first stage of token deployment is a natural question where you want to start your project, in what region, where you want to get legislation, and I mean, depending on the country that you choose for your project, your legislative, so your legal environment would be different, and also the proportion of people who are friendly with crypto also will be different. So let's see this Asian region in details a bit, and let's see where it would be a nice idea to start your project. And here I would say that the undisputed leader is Singapore. So perhaps this is why one of our lecturers was from Singapore. So Ma is from Singapore. He studies there, and we will come back to Singapore a few slides forward. We will talk about Singapore again, but in a different context. So after Singapore, we can see Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, and also Hong Kong. So these are regions where crypto is more or less widely adopted. So at least environment that is present there is crypto friendly. So if you are thinking of starting your own project in crypto, these are the countries that you need to consider first. Um, as soon as our lecture is about future prospects for crypto, we also need to understand what are the current trends in crypto regulation in different countries. And as you may remember, Asia is one of the dominant regions in terms of crypto users, but the largest country there is China. However, at the same time, if we are talking about the regulation in this country related to crypto, it's not that crypto friendly. So China, not good idea to start at least now. But you may ask me, what about Hong Kong? Because Hong Kong is one of the, at least formally, it's a part of China. At the same time, there are some exceptions in their legislation. So Hong Kong can be treated differently from the mainland China because they have different legislation. In some sense, they preserve some autonomy. So yeah, what about European Union and United Kingdom? Here, I must say that situation slightly changes, and also we can recall the previous slide where we were discussing the number of crypto users, and in European Union, this number steadily increases as well. However, at the same time, I wouldn't consider European Union, at least at the first stage of crypto project development, as a good place to start. So environment changes, yes, but still pretty much risks involved in terms of you know different legal outcomes that can be once you decide to kick off your project. And the situation is pretty different in Singapore and Hong Kong. So as I already said, and also United Arab Emirates. So I would say that these small countries, and well, Hong Kong is not a separate country, but the can be considered uh, as a as a region with a certain autonomy, okay, legislative. So these regions are pretty nice in terms of legal environment and how what is being introduced at the moment. What about United States? Because this case should be considered separately, and uh, as this year at least already shows, and what has been seen recently for ongoing years, there was actually a war against crypto, and this war was led mostly by Securities Exchange Commission. By the way, does anyone know anything about Securities Exchange Commission? What is this authority is responsible for? So any volunteers? Yeah, all finance sphere. I can see the answer in the chat. So I would presume that nobody knows exactly what this authority is responsible for, and well, it comes from the definition of SEC, right? So Securities Exchange Commission. So this commission is responsible for securities, and why it's important here? Because what is actually cryptocurrency? Can cryptocurrency be considered as security? Well, and this is a very, fundamental question. whether cryptocurrency, crypto token can be considered a security, and how we can even define when token starts to resemble security or not. And in the United States, the common procedure is Howey test. So perhaps some of you know about this. There are 4 points, 4 components of this test that if you put like yes answers to all of them, then a court can decide that this particular thing can be considered as security. So let's think of Ethereum, for example. Can we consider Ethereum as security? Well, what is important to understand is whether money that so there should be an issue of Ethereum. So there should be supply of these tokens. Is there supply? Yes, of course there is. The next question is how this supply is. So once these tokens are issued, it means that you will accumulate certain funds, right? So there will be a fund that uh, once you sell these tokens, you will collect these funds there. And whether Ethereum has this sort of fund, well, this is already a question of a discussion whether they have it. And the simple answer is not really. And actually, all components of this Howey test can be, discussable. So this is why there was a war in the sense that actually decision is made by court. And as far as I know, there were pretty not that many cases when Securities Exchange Commission could prove that a certain token was actually a security. It's very difficult to prove it because we are in a crypto domain, as I called it previously, Wild West of crypto. Why it's wild? Because, well, it's difficult to bring legal enforcement there. It's very difficult to use certain legal procedures in order to prove that certain token is actually a security. And what this year and also some previous years showed is that Securities Exchange Commission is not that successful in its allegations against crypto tokens and also against crypto exchanges such as Coinbase and Kraken. So these years showed that these cases collapsed. So what it means is that some crypto exchanges like Binance they dismissed their cases with prejudice. So it means that there was some legal notice that would say that it's not we prescribe you to some action, so there are no fines involved at all. And against certain cryptocurrencies exchanges, such Coinbase and Kraken, there were no any consequences for them. Before there were some dramatic cases, like very very popular case against Ripple or XRP. And unfortunately, Ripple received a fine. And However, it was a case that was lasting, I think, for 2 years, and all crypto industry was very attentive because actually the outcome of this war against Ripple defined what will follow next. And as some experts here would say, is that this case against Ripple actually showed that Securities Exchange Commission does not have enough power to shut down crypto industry, although they managed to receive a fine. So what is the conclusion from all these legal cases that were taking place in the United States? And here, I would say that environment, even in the US, rapidly changes. So although there were, I would say, over expectations around crypto and its introduction, as Trump was returning to power. However, um, needless to say that keeping crypto now and using crypto in different applications in the United States becoming much easier. So, repeating myself, I wouldn't consider the United States as the first region in order to kick off a project. But however, these are pretty good news that it's becoming more crypto-friendly region. So what are the most crypto and blockchain friendly regions? If we consider Europe as a region, then there will be Switzerland. And how we can see that? We can see it very easily. Just Google where Ethereum Foundation has its own headquarters and where other major cryptocurrencies foundations have their headquarters, and you will quickly realize that there is even a also called a crypto valley, similar to Silicon Valley in the United States. In Switzerland, there is Crypto Valley. There is a city, I think it's called Zug, and there are many headquarters there related to crypto. So this is the first consideration. The second consideration is their University of Zurich, UZH, and in this university they have their own blockchain center. So where certain studies are made related to blockchain, and also foundations are so crypto industry has a lot of events together with University of Zurich, and in one of these events I even participated 2 years ago. So this is where we met together with Ma. So this is how this story started actually. And the second place, as I was saying, it is Singapore, and there they have two, but one university is the prominent one related to crypto. This is the Tech University, NTU. This is where Ma comes from, actually, and they have even their own program of masters in blockchain. So it already tells us a lot, right? So if a country has a biggest university, and in this university there are special programs dedicated to blockchain, it is already a sign that in this country there is a crypto and blockchain friendly environment that will be supportive of projects that you want to launch. And the third place is Hong Kong, and there, again, the same as we can see in Singapore, some major and widely known universities, they are starting their projects and their own programs even. So again, here in PolyU, so this is, I think this is a Polytechnical University of Hong Kong. They also started their program in Master of Science in Blockchain Technology. So yeah, uh, why this is so important? So why I waste so much time discussing these countries is because, well, it is important for us, for my team, because we are thinking of where we want to launch in the legally set up our project that is related to AI and also to crypto industry. And I want to bring our experience here in order to what factors we look at once we decide we want to decide where we will start. So what would be your suggestion? Which of these three countries we consider? Any ideas? Okay, this is that's a nice question about the cost of legislation. And the important part here is what is a legislation? So what do you mean by a legislation? Setting up a company is one thing that you need to consider. However, you can start a project in crypto without having a company at all. So this blockchain field is very free in the sense that once you have a project, you exist in the internet basically. So if you start your project, your first area where you will be is the internet. And afterwards, blockchain comes as its own network. So basically, setting up a company is not necessary. However, um, once you have a certain size of your business, once you have a certain size of your network and cash flow, then of course you would consider for sure setting up a uh, legal organization somewhere. And I think that the best choice would be Singapore. So Switzerland is pretty costly in answering this question, and Singapore. First of all, it's the most crypto friendly. The second, it's mostly crypto adopted. So if you consider the amount of people who are active crypto users, then Singapore is the leader. And I mean, I think that the most important question here is not the cost of setting up a company. The most important question here is what would be the attitude of different authorities that are responsible for, regulation in this field, finance regulation. What will be their attitude towards your project? Whether they are going to shut it down, same as it was happening in the United States before, when Securities Exchange Commission comes and starts a war against a certain project, like it was against Ripple, or not. So I think that this is the most important thing that you need to consider is the mindset of people who are responsible for regulation. I think that there was something else in the chat. Let me see. I mean to launch a company in this field, as I know, to launch a startup in United Arab Emirates is $20,000. No, I think it's I wouldn't consider this information as the primary one in terms of I think that you will find ways how to organize a company in United Arab Emirates way cheaper because they have different types of companies and as well as like onshore companies. They also provide a way for offshore companies and setting up an offshore company in United Arab Emirates, I would say pretty cheap. So not $2,000 for sure. But I'm not sure about Switzerland. So perhaps these numbers would be correct regarding Switzerland. At the same time, I think that there are also some, obstacles related to your citizenship. So I'm not sure that it is that easy to launch a company in Switzerland if you are not a citizen of Switzerland, or at least you do not have any residence permit in Switzerland or in European Union. So there can be some difficulties there. So let's say a couple of more words about crypto adoption and where you can use crypto. Here, it's important to consider, okay, even if I have crypto, even if I bought some crypto, um, whatever, crypto exchange, or maybe some applications that are introducing crypto as a means of payment. We will see later what are these applications that you can already use now. The question is how you can use it. So basically, who will be able to accept crypto as a means of payment? And the first case in the history when Bitcoin was used as a means of payment, it was this famous case related to pizza, when I think that exactly one Bitcoin or something like that was used in order to buy a pizza. And we need to understand that one Bitcoin then, back then, and one Bitcoin now, these are totally different numbers in terms of valuation of these tokens. And good news here, more and more applications, more and more businesses, they adopt crypto as a means of payment. And let's inspect some of these cases in detail. So one company that allows for crypto usage, and I mean one of the companies that are widely known is Twitch. And there you can use Crypto.com Pay. So this is basically a payment system that allows to use crypto as a means of payment. So basically, if you and also you can buy crypto there in this payment system. It basically works as your own crypto wallet. So the same as PayPal operates, where you can have your digital wallet. So it's not present in any bank. Yeah, it is present somewhere on the internet. And in this wallet, you can accept or you can send crypto. And good news, you can use this crypto wallet in order to buy something on this platform. The same for travel.com platform. There you can buy whatever your accommodation, so you can book hotels there using crypto. And I mean, pretty good news, because once you can buy some digital services, once you can buy or pay for accommodation, once you can pay for your website domains. Also, maybe some of you know about Namecheap. We know because we interacted with this platform a lot, because we needed to purchase a couple of domains and hosting on the internet. And also, pretty good news if you want to buy some um, or book some tickets related to your travels from one country to another by plane. So why it's important to consider? Because once you can use crypto in order to buy something on the internet, it becomes a sort of a money that is becoming more widely accepted. So basically, demand for crypto increases as amount of applications that adopt crypto and are ready to accept it increases. Um, One of prospects for crypto, yet another prospect, is integration with traditional finance. And here, one of these examples is PayPal. Uh, Write in the chat if you already used PayPal somewhere. But I will assume that you know at least what PayPal is and how it works. I used PayPal a lot because I was being paid. I was receiving salary using PayPal, because some applications where you can prove that you were working, and if you're working as a research assistant, for example, sometimes you get paid, sometimes you are not getting paid. But however, PayPal works as a digital wallet that you can connect to your bank account also, and you can also transfer your funds from one person to another. So you can receive payments, and also you can send payments using this digital wallet. For example, I pay for electricity in Italy using PayPal because I find it very convenient. And good news here as well, because they are introducing special crypto wallet there that you can keep your crypto there, and also After that, you can withdraw or you can send crypto using PayPal technologies. Again, very good news because PayPal is huge company, so funds that they operate with is huge. These are huge numbers, and once a company like that, and I must stress it again, PayPal should be considered as a payment company. So they actually provide a payment system, payment facilities. And as soon as they are getting more crypto friendly, the more crypto friendly becomes the world in general. So, very good news here. This is how it works. So, if you open up your PayPal account, you will see that there now you can get started and start the special crypto account where you can use, withdraw, or send these cryptocurrencies. So once we're talking about payment systems, here uh, two major companies that are related to payment systems. Okay, three companies. This is Swift, but Swift, this is a payment system for banks. So this is how banks exchange their money between themselves. Uh, so we will not consider Swift at all because Swift hates crypto because Swift operates with banks, and as we already know, crypto is a challenge for banking sector because crypto has its ambition to replace banking system in the sense of the authority who is responsible for payments. Um, yeah, and here Visa as a company also starting to adopt crypto. So here they start to same as PayPal. They are thinking of how to introduce crypto, how to make it possible to for users to exchange crypto between themselves, and so on. But what I like most is Mastercard because they not only are thinking and setting up special accounts where you can keep crypto, they are way forward. They are way more forward than Visa and PayPal because they are communicating with MetaMask. And perhaps you remember from our previous lectures that MetaMask operates as your digital wallet where you can keep crypto, but now you can even issue a card, a plastic card, that will be supported by Mastercard and can be used anywhere, almost anywhere in the world. So for me, when I discovered this, it was a sort of revolution. Why I think so? Because now once you have crypto anywhere, you can transfer this crypto on your MetaMask account. And as soon as you can have MasterCard that is connected to your MetaMask account, it means that this crypto that you keep on your MetaMask can be used as a means of payment basically anywhere where MasterCard is accepted. And as you may know, MasterCard, well, even I have MasterCard actually. So my card that my university issued is basically Mastercard, and Mastercard is I think it's accepted everywhere, the same as Visa. So fantastic news for crypto. Now you can use crypto anywhere. At least seems like. Uh, yeah. So how it works? I think Ma was showing his MetaMask, but this is how MetaMask looks as you use it as an extension of your browser. So basically, anyone can install this. There is a pretty simple procedure of registration there. So, I mean, I think that revolution has already happened. Because previously I thought that okay, we can have crypto, we can transfer crypto, but who, after all, accepts it? And the answer is very simple. As soon as payment companies such as Visa or MasterCard, they adopt and they make it possible to have an account and to have a card even, plastic card that would be based and will be connected to your digital wallet, then it means that automatically any crypto in the world can be used in order to buy something. So yeah, perhaps this is also an explanation why there is an exponential growth of crypto volume now, because well, it's just becoming more widely adopted. So it means that you can use it in order to buy anything, and it means a lot. Yeah, these pictures proving my words about the MetaMask account and about this plastic card that can be issued and also connected to Apple Pay, Google Pay, so you can use it anywhere in any store now. And the main idea behind this is that once you, I don't know, buy a cheeseburger in McDonald's using this card, is that you use your crypto. However, this crypto is automatically converted to local currency, and your account is so it decreases amount of crypto on your crypto account. However, McDonald's receives local currency. So MetaMask and Mastercard, they are responsible for this conversion and getting funds to McDonald's from your converted crypto. Uh, Another interesting question would be, but who holds crypto from companies? So who uses it? And here, the dominant player is the company that is called Strategy or MicroStrategy. And this is a tech company that develops its own hardware and also, I think, software. But the strategy of company called Strategy is to hold Bitcoins, because I think that they just initially, so when they started doing this 5 years ago, it seemed like a good strategy to follow. At the moment, I'm not that sure. So Bitcoin price is getting pretty volatile at the moment, but I was saying that all the way along. So even in 2016, I think I was saying the same things, that it seems like Bitcoin price is too volatile. I do not know how many of you bought Bitcoin 5 or more years ago, but I was not the one of them. Um, I think later I will explain why I still think that Bitcoin is overpriced, and what are the drawbacks behind the Bitcoin mining strategy. Okay, so the main conclusion from this slide is that business, so corporate sector, is adopting more and more crypto. So they keep and they hold more and more tokens. It means that they also provide demand for crypto. And these are again very good news for crypto industry, because as soon as you have more and more demand, it means that the fundamental value of these tokens is more and more proved. We already discussed that demand comes from payments. So once crypto can be used to buy anything, it means that there is more demand internally on these tokens. Same thing here. More users keep crypto as one of form of an asset. The more fundamental demand there is, the more stable this token becomes because stable demand actually defines the how liquid market is. Mm, a couple of words here, but I think that you understand this very simple idea. The more users there are, the more stable the currency is. It is true not only for crypto. It is true. I mean, it is true for any asset, for any security. The more demand there is, the larger market is for any financial security, the more stable it is. Let's say a couple of words related to, demand that comes from financial sector. demand for crypto and blockchain technologies. And here it's important to discuss what tokenization here, what tokenization is. Any one of you perhaps heard about tokenization? So how do you understand what is tokenization? Can anyone say? Any volunteers? Okay, then I will assume that nobody knows what tokenization is. So from the beginnings, we need to understand what are different types of assets that are present on the market now. And here we can divide it in three major groups. We can have fixed income assets, we can have public equities. So these are two major groups. The third one would be alternative assets, and there commodities, real estate, and something, anything else that does not fall into the first two groups. So fixed income, I think that you understand that these are bonds, and mostly these are public bonds. So these are bonds that are issued by governments and also by huge corporate companies. Second type of equities, these are public equities. So cut long story short, these are stocks, right? And the third type, as I already said, that could be commodities, real estate, and a lot of other assets that are not falling into stocks and corporate and sovereign debt. So what it means to tokenize an asset? Well, we can think of creating a certain token that will be related to this asset, and also we can make it, we can divide a huge asset. So for example, consider one Apple stock, so one unit of stocks. What is the problem of buying Apple stock? What is the problem behind it? It's very simple. It's very expensive. So one unit of stock is very expensive. The same holds for any other securities. It's very difficult sometimes to buy one unit of this security. Consider gold. It's very difficult to buy one small unit of gold on the market. So if you enter the market now, gold market, I mean physical gold, not digital assets that tokenize gold, but physical gold. Then you will find yourself that in a situation where your least possible position that you can open in gold will be huge in terms of, well, you can afford it, of course, if you're a huge fund and you operate with vasts of money. But if you are a small fund, then it will just you will be just way too exposed to gold once you take even this smallest possible position. So the solution here could be to tokenize it somehow. So let's find a way how we can divide gold into small pieces and at the same time to keep it as a financial asset, so you can buy it. And one way to do this, how we could in principle operate once we're dealing with this problem. Suppose that we bought 1 ton of gold. Let's suppose that we had enough money to do this. And after that, we keep this gold. At the same time, we're issuing a digital security, digital token that will be backed up with this gold that we keep in our reserves. And after that, we can divide these digital tokens in very small pieces, because now even any small piece of these digital assets will be backed up with this gold. So basically, we are creating digital gold in some sense. And the same idea different or very close to the one that I just explained holds for any other types of securities and assets. Consider real estate. Consider real estate. Uh, the same thing is true there. So you can have an area that's being sold on real estate market. It's very difficult to buy 1 square meter without all the rest of area from in this building. Uh, but tokenizing this, we can solve this problem. We can solve this problem because now what we can do, we can buy. So there can be a fund that bought all this area in the building, and after that, this fund can create digital assets that will be backed up by these physical asset. Physical asset here again is just the square meters of area in the building. Uh, and we can, go forward and think of tokenizing everything. We can tokenize gold, we can tokenize silver, we can tokenize anything. So if you have a mining company that mines not bitcoins but mines real metals, for example, a company like that could consider tokenizing. But I would say that it's reasonable to tokenize precious metals, not the regular metals. But however, you can tokenize now anything. And the number of tokenization increases steadily. So again, why these are good news for us? Why these are future prospects? Because it seems like this trend is only growing. So the demand for blockchain technologies increases once you have more tokenization adoption. So good news for those who are considering to dive deep into blockchain technologies. And let's talk about numbers. So let's talk about capitalization of this tokenized gold, for example. What we can see now is that this market capitalization is much larger than 1 billion of dollars. So how this market is huge? Well, what is 1 billion? What is $1 billion? How big this number is? Well, I think that this is around 1% of Russian GDP. So 1% of Russian GDP. Well, I would say that this is a considerable number. At least this is a number to think of once you are considering whether this subject should be studied or not. I think it should be, definitely. One more interesting prospect in blockchain industry is related to decentralized autonomous organizations. So this is way different from what we discussed so far during our course because we were concentrated on the way how blockchain operates, how you can launch your own token, but I think we were saying a couple of words how consensus is reached in different blockchains. And decentralized autonomous organization, or for short DAO, is a way how we can reach certain agreements in our blockchain decentralized way, but not involving the whole network of participants. So what we would be interested once we are considering to launch our own project based on blockchain and smart contracts is a way how to set up a board of directors who will be equal in the sense that all of them will be involved in making decisions. But at the same time, we want to write a smart contract that will regulate the way how these participants, how these members of this board of directors will be voting on certain decisions. So basically, how any corporation, huge, big worldwide corporation are operating at the moment. They have a board of directors. They have management units below them, and also they have stakeholders above the board of directors. And the decision making is hierarchical in these organizations, or at least there is a board of directors that votes, and after that, decisions are made. Uh, Once we are developing a project based on blockchain, we would be interested in replicating this type of decision making. First idea, the second idea that we would like to have it decentralized. So group of people that will have equal rights, for example, to voting rights. And these solutions are getting more and more involved, more popular in blockchain technologies. So even we consider adopting this type of organization, at least at a certain stage of project development. Uh, how do you think why we would need decentralized autonomous organization? So why it would be helpful and what types of decisions can be made? Yeah, but I mean, give an example of what is an important issue. So
Well,
let's consider
I
a
mean
case.
any
Yeah.
activity. I mean any activity that can be conducted by the company.
Yeah, but at the moment we're talking about not a company but a project. So consider, I don't know, Ethereum, right? So you have a token and you have a network. But what type of decision can be made? So what we can change in this network? So what type of decision?
Well, this is my like guess, but still maybe architectural questions.
Okay, good. Expand this.
Well, there is a trade-off in security and speed, for example.
Okay.
We can make we can vote for making the uh, like our chain faster, for example, to compete with Solana with some trade-off in our security, for example. I don't know.
Okay, so you mean decisions that are related to like the hardcore of a company, of a,
Maybe, yes.
right? So you want to make change, you want to introduce some changes to the smart contract that is underlying the token. Yes, very nice suggestion. Very nice suggestion. Also, the second way thinking about decentralized autonomous organization is making decisions of funds used. So once you launch a project, for sure you will have a certain foundation that will be introducing changes that will be responsible for development of the network and also for underlying projects. Same as Ethereum has. They have Ethereum Foundation that is responsible for the whole ecosystem and development there. And as soon as you have such an organization, there will be a question of how funds should be used because, well, this foundation will be responsible for a treasury of tokens that they, keep in the treasury for their own usage and for many other questions. And why we would need such an organization there? Because, well, this is the question: how money is used. And the same holds for any company, basically for any business. Question how budget should be used is important everywhere, and especially it is important for projects that are related um, to decisions how um, supporting funds must be used. And here, one of these examples could be MakerDAO, where basically the decisions on the composition of their funding and decisions on that are made by DAO. So consider we could launch a fund. We could launch a fund that would be like a crypto fund. Okay, what could be done there? Well, we can adopt a simple strategy. We can say that we are crypto trading fund, and we have miraculous trading strategies based on machine learning, all this stuff, and we will be operating, buying and selling different crypto on market. And the question is how we accept members to this fund. One way to go is that we can issue a token that will be, sort of a stock, like ETFs. It will be somehow relevant, somehow looking similar to it, right? And of course, we will operate with money that participants bring us or buying our token. And we can set up a DAO as an organization that will be responsible for making decisions of what are the proportions of tokens that we keep. So basically, this organization will be responsible for investment decisions. And we can write the rights of such an organization in a smart contract, and we can set up a DAO very regulating in details what this organization will be responsible for and what will be the rights of members of such an organization. Consensus mechanism, maybe, or forks of chain. Yes, consensus mechanism. This is a very general thing. And yeah, so if we want to consider a shift, and this is what we discussed before, right? So any hard shifts, so any huge developments of network, of architecture, and etc., we can set up a autonomous organization that will be responsible to make such decisions. One more interesting thing to consider once we are talking about DAOs is the way how disputes can be resolved. Because once you have a DAO, probably we would like to find a way how to resolve disagreements. As soon as we are talking decentralized organizations, it means that same as in company law, there is a way how you can, for example, defend rights of minorities. The same holds in DAO. So this fear is replicating, in some sense, the law that we have in a traditional corporate sector. We want to take the best of this regulation and adopt it in blockchain field as well. And one of such example is Aragon Court, and this is a platform that first of all provides some expertise, and also they help to establish DAO in a certain network, and at the same time they provide solutions in order to resolve any disputes that can happen during the decision-making process. So it's important to think of how tokens are issued. And previously I think we covered only the first block of different ways of token issuance, and we were talking about mining and staking. Okay, as soon as you are awake, you are not sleeping. Let's recall what is proof of work and when tokens are issued during this process. And I mean, if you can talk, this is warmly welcome, please. I do not want to feel alone.
Can I answer?
For sure.
In proof of work, miners like compete to create a new block, and when they have one of them have won, they get a reward of tokens. For example, bitcoins.
Okay, nice. And um, why they do it and why we are rewarding them?
Because they 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 pay something like computer power, and also they get some transactions to this block.
Okay, but how it's important for consensus mechanism? So this way of this way of reaching agreement via proof of work, it prevents from what? So what is the idea? Any suggestions?
Well, the idea is that we just make it hard in terms of computational power because of security reasons. That's it.
Expand this. So what do you mean by security reasons?
Well, you remember the 51% problem, etc. So, uh, because of the work of our computing power, the like miners accept the rewards, paying like for electricity, etc.
But why it's important? So so you are already relating my question to blocks creation, and
Yes, so
that's
it's
good.
important. If
Mhm.
it would be cheap, according to the previous lectures, actually,
Mhm.
then it would be easy to create blocks and there will be no work in this sense. So it would be easy to like hack the system. There would be no value in it.
But I think the question was about why miners get reward.
Yeah.
Because they are rewarded because the procedure is expensive in terms of computational resources. In order to make it secure, this is the answer.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty fine with this answer, at least for now. Well, the um, a deeper answer would be is why we need why we need this sort of computationally expensive procedure, and you could also cover the idea of consensus. So once you are not sure which path of blocks is correct one, you are taking the longest one, And as soon as this mechanism works as an agreement mechanism, it becomes super computationally expensive in order to be able to control creation of blocks. So basically, these security reasons that you were talking about, these are reasons of controlling the network. So it becomes computationally impossible to control. I mean, possible, but very difficult to control larger computational power that will give you power to control blocks creation. Yeah, all right. So proof of stake. Let's recall this. Proof of stake, and as you may remember, Ethereum, when it was originated, first it started with proof of work, and after that they transitioned to proof of stake. So uh, remember what you were doing in your home assignments as well. So what is proof of stake? Can you explain in plain words?
I can also try to answer.
Okay, let's go.
The validators, it's like the users,
Mhm.
they like give a deposit of their tokens, and if the more tokens they stake, the more probability they will get a possibility to create a new block. And if they um, if they made mistakes in their while they wrote the transactions or something, they will be uh, they will lose their the tokens that they staked, so, something like that.
Yeah, and what this consensus mechanism prevents from, at least what it tries the system to prevent from. What is the idea? So proof of work prevents from controlling blocks creation because, well, now we're just saying that it will be impossible due to computational resources. Proof of stake, what are the advantages of proof of stake compared to proof of work?
One of the advantages that they don't need electricity so much.
Yeah, so much, so much. So 100 times less electricity used.
Yes,
Uh, and why?
because they don't need to solve the problems
Yeah,
that to the hash functions and everything.
yeah. And who has the right to write the next block? So in proof of work, we know that once you are trying to guess the correct answer, once you are running all these, loops finding certain nouns, and if you're lucky enough, then you will have a right to create the next block. Who has the right to create a next block in proof of stake consensus mechanism?
I think someone who staked the most. Or I remember that there is another proof of authority. It's something that the something like the DAO they chose who will make the next block.
Okay, very good, very good. Uh, nice. So,
But maybe in proof of stake
mhm.
it's random.
Yeah, it's random. And probability is related to amount that you stake. So the more you stake, the higher is the probability that you will have the right to write the next block. And what is the idea behind it? So why it is in some sense secure?
Because if they don't do their work correct, they will lose their tokens.
Okay. Oh, and what about controlling the process of block creation? So remember, in order to be able to deceive other participants, you need to control the process of creation of new blocks. So you need to be fast enough. You need to be, I do not know. You need to have rights to to create block one after another. So to preserve this long chain of blocks. In a proof of stake mechanism where we understand that this probability of being uh, authorized in order to create next block is random, how it prevents from it. So how it prevents from this bad case when somebody has a right to create all blocks in a chain. So why it becomes impossible?
Maybe because validators can't have every token, so they can't
Exactly. So
clean.
you cannot control 100% of tokens that are staked. So even if you control, so consider you have a 50%, you have 50% of tokens that are deposited. What is the chance of you having a right to create the next block? One block. It's 50% chance, right? What is the chance that you will be eligible to create two next blocks? This probability decreases by two, right? It becomes already 25%, and so on and so forth. So the probability that you will be able to create all blocks in a chain becomes very small, even if you control vast amounts of funds in these pools for stakers. All right, so it becomes secure in the sense that we prevent from controlling the chain. And why we were talking about proof of work and proof of stake, because these mechanisms they allow for rewarding participants. Miners they get tokens, and also stakers they also get tokens for their performance. So basically, this is how new tokens are created. Second way to create tokens is just to print them. I mean, if we are responsible for this crypto project, we can have a smart contract. And as you may remember, there is a special function in a smart contract that is responsible for token creation. How was this function called? Do you
Mint.
remember? Mint, exactly. And it depends on a smart contract, right? So we can just mint, and that's it. And there will be new tokens. And this is what exactly happens when you have initial coin offering, ICO. So we can mint a certain amount of tokens, and after that, we can sell them. Another way of regulating token supply is to have sort of flexible token creation. So, for example, the same similar procedure can be related to stable coins issuance. So, as soon as you have more demand for this stable coin, well, consider that supply for stable coin, any stable coin is fixed, and you have, say, 100 stable coins circulating. If there is too much demand for your stable coin, well, your stable coin will not be a stable coin anymore because the price of the stable coin will increase. So we would like to control the supply of stable coins circulating. And one way to go is to mint tokens uh, once users want it. So basically, we are saying on demand. We are selling these tokens on demand, and we create these tokens from the thin air once people want it. Uh, well, we will not discuss the another side of this problem. So what to do? So to create new token is not an issue. So it's just pressing a button. The problem is when people start selling these tokens, and this is why we had a question for you in one of the assignments when there were problems with stable coins. Problems with stable coins always appear once people start selling stable coins. This is when it's difficult to preserve stable coins stable. All right, so basically two ways how to create a token. Either have a rewarding mechanism that will gradually increase amount of tokens circulating by rewarding certain participants for doing something important or really not that important. For example, I'm one of the opponents of Bitcoin system that in my position there is that we are burning electricity just for security reasons. So it means that the system is not secure enough, so that we need such an expensive mechanism in order to preserve it. But however, so rewarding or just token creation, minting. Also, what we didn't cover is another way how we can reward people, and I think this is what you mentioned, by the way, talking about proof of authority. I think that if you have a mechanism how you can reward those who vote, then you will have vote to earn mechanism how you can create new tokens. So you can consider a situation where you have a autonomous organization, DAO, and they are making decisions, and you want to reward these participants for these decisions. Then you can have a smart contract, and you can have minting that will be connected to these types of decisions. And the last way, I think this is the last way. Yeah, this is the last way how you can create new tokens, and this is what I particularly like. This is contribute to earn token economy. So you can imagine a situation where you want to reward people for some useful actions. You can consider data labeling. So let's by the way, let's have this case of data labeling. I'm giving you business ideas, okay? So data labeling, how we can create a token economy that will be related to data labeling. Tell me. Just very simple model. Let's suppose that we want to issue a token that will be related to data labeling. By the way, maybe I need to explain what is data labeling. This is an exercise that any student at school can do. So just writing what is on the picture, for example, like this.
And what is the question actually?
Let's come up with a token economy that can be related to this type of, let's say, business. So if you want to build your token economy on data labeling, how you can create a token, how you can reward people, etc.
Well, the process of reward is simple. If a person labels some data and push it in system, like he or she will receive this amount of tokens.
And what about these tokens? So where we take them from? How they
We
appear?
initially mint some amount of tokens.
Well, if it is a contribute to earn token economy, then we just issue when we are rewarding them. So you do not need to have them pre-issued before. You just issue them at the moment when they provide these completed tasks, and you reward them. And now they have it. So new tokens created once they completed this exercise. Okay, the question is, why would they do that? So if you just create tokens in order to reward people, where demand for these tokens comes from? So you need to have some value underlying this token. If everyone knows that you just can, take a piece of paper, write there one.
No. I understood. Well, actually, the supply and demand, the demand will be from the companies that can buy the label data from you,
Exactly.
and
So
the
you can
supply.
price. So it will be a utility token, right? So you will say that these services that you provide on your platform and your service will be access to this labeled data is a utility. So this is where this utility token will be demanded, because now you're saying that if you want to get this data, if you want to use this data in order to train your models, then you need to pay these tokens, and companies will do that. It means that this company will show demand on the market for this token. And this is where people who are rewarded, they can exchange on a real money these tokens, because companies would like to buy these tokens and after that use it as a utility token. So this is one way how to create your tokenomics, right? So we made a circle. We made a circle. So we rewarded someone, but at the same time we launched a project that uses this token as a utility token. So now you have demand and supply. Very good. Of course, we can think also about the verification of such exercises completed, because some students perhaps would be not that efficient in doing labeling, or perhaps they will use even some AI, perhaps, and the quality of their answers could be poor. But however, the main idea is the following: that you have some tasks, some people complete it, some people get rewarded. At the same time, these tasks that they complete, they build a certain capital, because this database of labeled data is sort of a capital that you own, and this capital can be used in order to get these tokens back from the economy, from other people. And this is how the circle works. So these guys are rewarded, they exchange it, they transfer this token to other people, and these people pay for your products, for your services, and this is how you get these tokens back. And it's very helpful to think in this way once you're thinking of launching your own project, that not only you should deploy a token. Token deployment is it's like for Mark, for example, it's like one day he can deploy a token in one day. You just give him ideas of a smart contract and he will do it. It's not a problem. The problem is to set up a project that will make this token valuable. So that will provide demand for this token. And this is the main creative part of the whole process. And looking forward, your final and last assignment will be about drafting your own proposal of building such a project. So I have already just gave you one idea like this, but do not repeat it. Perhaps you will find something more creative. Something more creative. All right. Let's also discuss some other prospects for crypto that have not been discussed yet. One thing that I find particularly interesting, these are prediction markets. So what is a prediction market? This is market of betting. So when we bet on macroeconomy, or when we bet on elections, or when we bet on sports, anything. So when we predict something, after that we bet our own money, and this is sort of gambling. But I do not like word gambling. This is why I think that on the internet and everywhere, this is formally called prediction markets. What is the idea here is that we need to somehow bring external data into blockchain. And this bridge that takes external data and brings it to a blockchain is called Oracle. This is a solution how you can. So actually, who is the Oracle? Oracle is a trusted person who can, say like the future or even. So this is someone who we believe, and we just, it just goes without saying. We just believe it. The same idea here. So who can be the Oracle in this prediction market? It can be an official website. So, for example, if any central bank publishes information about interest rates, about inflation, about exchange rates, then this website can be an oracle because now we can find a way how to take external data, and we will all agree that this external data will come from this particular website. So Oracle is a provider of information, the trusted one, that will be bridging our blockchain and smart contracts on this blockchain. So, for example, we want to create a prediction market. Then, what will be a smart contract? Well, this smart contract will regulate the way how we collect funds. So, for example, you bet, I bet as well, and someone will be right, someone will be wrong, and so this smart contract will regulate the way how we will share these funds afterwards. So, how these funds will be redistributed once Oracle says what is the true outcome. So I find this example particularly interesting. I think that we already see that there are prediction markets and poly market, and also their related token Polygon or Poly, I think for short. This is a already huge one, but they do not cover. So they are covering interesting questions like who will Trump meet with in August, right? Uh, or you can bet on interest rates, etc. But mostly you do it on the United States outcomes, so not so they are not covering specific countries. For example, Italy, right? So what will be the inflation in Italy or other countries? So it can be expanded dramatically, and I think that there is a demand for such bets, right? So especially in my country, sport betting is very popular. But why would you bet on football if you can bet on exchange rate? It is just the same casino, right? The same source of risk, and the same way how you can raise money if you are smart enough or if you're lucky enough. So I think that there is a demand for it, and my prediction on prediction markets is that it will be even more popular in the forthcoming years, and more prediction markets will be appearing. Also, one way to think about it. Another interesting project that is related to rewarding system of token creation is basic attention token, where people are rewarded for watching ads. Can you believe it? Well, for me, it was a bit of a shock, but I remember that in my early childhood, I remember that when I was something like 11 or 12, there were such applications where you could get paid if you click on ads a lot. I think that these applications, they still exist. So when you are getting rewarded for clicks. So what was the strategy of these companies? So as you may know, corporations, while they are publishing their ads, they are paying for amount of traffic. So how many people clicked this website and watched this ad? So then you can have a very, you know, simple business that would just, you know, expand this amount of clicks. There will be people doing that, but they will be not doing it effectively in the sense that they will not be audience. So this is why I'm pretty suspicious of all these internet ads because well, you just can have companies like that who are making money on you know on clicks or watching ads just for nothing. They will not be buying these products. They will be just watching because you are rewarding them. But however, the market capitalization of this basic attention token is hundreds of millions. It's like $200 million. So it's huge. And it means that it's popular enough. So this business strategy is alive, still alive. I mean, for me, it was sort of a discovery. This is how it works. So you need to install your special browser that is called Brave, and there you can just turn on this special mode where you are receiving tokens once you're watching ads. And the same as it looks similar to MetaMask when you just have browser extension, web application, your digital wallet where you can see your balance. And once you watch any ad, you are just being rewarded, and that's it. So very simple strategy. And once you are doing this, new tokens are issued. So basically, this rewarding system is related on watching ads. I wouldn't say that this is a uh, productive action. Uh, you can think of something more interesting, and I want to reassure you that actions that you can build a project on some uh, productive actions of users that will actually participate in some value creation. Watching ad is not creating a value, but you can think of it. This is and yeah about value creation. I would say that Filecoin, as an example, is more about value creation because here we can reward people for storing data. So you can imagine that a network of users is a redistributed network of memory that of their computers. And it means that now you can think of this network as a database, huge data center that exists just on laptops, and people are just sharing their. It's not computational power, but this is a memory facilities in order to store any files. And you can reward people for providing these type of facilities. And once some memory is released, or once some memory is provided, then you can reward the person for storing some files and you can create tokens in order to reward them. The question is who will pay in tokens, so where demand comes from. As same as we were talking about this ads application, who will pay in tokens? Of course, companies who wants to publish ads. They will need to find these tokens somewhere. Same here. So companies or users who want to store their files somewhere, so who are the users of this memory, they will need to find a way where how to pay this basic. Oh no, this is Filecoin. Yeah. All right. So a couple of words about what next. Next is I think that there will be a huge integration of AI and blockchain, and this is why our course was called AI plus blockchain, because well. Sort of a spoiler, major participants of this course, I mean lecturers, they are involved in a project of integration AI and blockchain. And the question is where AI will be used together with blockchain. And one way to think of it is that AI will be used in a project. So this underlying project that will provide demand for tokens. Another way to think of it is that AI will be used inside a blockchain. So in order to validate something or in order to provide some digital rights, you can think of many applications of AI, how it can boost the efficiency of a network. One of the projects that is related to AI is SingularityNet, where people share the AI solutions. And as you may guess, people are getting rewarded once their AI solution is used, and they are getting rewarded in tokens. So who will pay in tokens? People who are using these AI solutions. So you can think of Hugging Face platform where you can download all open source models. Same idea here. Suppose that you developed your own AI model and you just published it and made it available. Well, good news for you. Now you can use these type of platforms, and you will be rewarded in tokens. And demand for these tokens will come from people who want to use your solution. Yeah. And the very last example of connection to AI is another marketplace where now we're not talking about using models, we're talking about using data. So, somehow related to what we were discussing before a bit about this data labeling exercise. Suppose now you do not want to sell your data. Suppose now that you label this data, you have this proprietary, unique data, but you do not want to sell it. So you want to make it available for companies to train their models. However, you want to keep this data your own because, well, once anyone gets this data, he will just share it or sell it the same as you can do it. So this marketplace that we are talking about, this Ocean Protocol, makes it available for companies to train on the data without sharing this data with them. So basically, this is the extension of our data labeling exercise. And this is all for today. We covered a lot of business ideas. We covered a lot of prospects. We also covered legal environment related to crypto, and everything says that perhaps it's a good time for crypto. It's a good time, and years forward, it will be becoming even more and more friendly. At least this is my bet. This is my bet, especially in some countries. And we discussed what countries are the most crypto friendly. All right, guys, this is all for today. Your very last assignment will be the most creative one. Just come up with any idea, write down what you think. And thanks for your attention. Thanks for surviving until the very end. Yeah, as the last announcement, I want to say that, as you already know, we develop our own token. And if you are interested in participating in it somehow, you can always text me, you can write an email, and you can join our team. Yeah, it would be fantastic for us. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.